Hi, I'm in Brooklyn. This is just a random corner, but I'm about to go on a walk with my friend Jordan. Maybe over to Prospect Park, or not maybe, for sure. And I think the band is still sleeping. Hi. And yeah, we're just gonna go get some nature vibes. Prospect Park is like a mini Central Park, kind of by the neighborhood park slope. There's other neighborhoods all around it, and yeah, it's one of my favorite places. The city in general is one of my favorite places. So lest you think I am a very nature-y person, you know, I grew up going to parks in Wisconsin, but I grew up in a city right between Milwaukee and Chicago. You know, like 30 minutes to Milwaukee, an hour and 15 to Chicago. So I'm actually a very city person who just happens to live in Grand Haven, Michigan. You know, fell in love. But this is sort of my natural element. I guess it doesn't make as good of YouTube videos because they're loud. But this is where I feel the most relaxed and like myself, is in cities. There's so many people, I don't feel like I'm bothering anyone. There's so many people that I don't feel like I need to be anything. There's so many people that the concept of being myself doesn't feel like such a big deal. I feel like in tiny little Grand Haven, Michigan, I kind of feel like a flower fighting through some sort of psychological soil, trying to become myself in a place where no one else is doing this, and to do something that different in a place where things are more the same feels a lot more painful, or at least it has for me. When I was living in New York for 2 years, when I was younger, well, grad school, I just I don't think I even knew that I was resisting the flow of anything. I don't think there is a specific one flow of anything here. Everybody's doing such different things, you know, you can't even... I was here for musical theater writing, and some might say that that's New York iconic, but most of my experience here wasn't with musical theater people, like walking around the street. I mean, it was in school, but walking around the street and just being a person, you don't feel like that's the main thing here. There's families, there's every profession imaginable. There's kids, there's elderly, rich, poor, like everything. Every ethnicity, every religion. It just, for me, that is peaceful. For me, it feels very peaceful to be in a world where nobody expects anything from me, nobody needs me to be any particular thing, and then it just becomes very easy for me to find myself, or to allow myself. So Grand Haven's actually been a bit of a conquer. Like a good conquer, that I've learned how to be myself and go against the grain. And I think as a kid, I felt like moving to a city was kind of a necessity, because, you know, you just had to move to a city to, I don't know, get away from sameness, I guess, so that you could find what variation on different you were. So to all the young people, if you feel like moving to a city is how you will find yourself, that could be partly true, but also for me, I probably lost myself in it too. You know, it costs a lot of money. It can be lonely. It can be a pipe dream. It can be a place where, you know, you feel like you invest part of your time or a lot of your time, and then in the end, you just don't even know what comes out of it, because then if you move away, you've given years of your life to a place that you're not going to spend a lot of your time in. And for me, that created a kind of constant nostalgia, because I also lived in Chicago right after New York, and so I just have a kind of constant nostalgia for places where I left my youth and where I left a lot of my creativity and heart. So starting over multiple times in my life has been very hard. I just love it here so much, but I don't know that I could ever move back. Brian has good solutions for it. I just gotta live somewhere much cheaper, like where I'm living, and teach the people that I teach and love the people that I love that are in my life now, and then just take writing retreats here, self-created writing retreats, and just come out by myself, rent an Airbnb, and, you know, or stay with a friend, maybe do some collaborating, maybe some trades. You know, people can come stay with us and I'll stay with them, and then just go out in the city. I was gonna say in nature, but that's funny, but it is like nature. Nature is still buildings and cars and noise and all these people, and it's still nature to me. It's human nature, but it's still nature to me. I feel like I become a better person when I'm in a city. Like, I feel like people make more sense to me in a city because I don't need to try to understand them, and I get down off my high horse that thinks I need to understand people. So I'm crying a little because it's been a debate in my life, you know, moving back to a city or not moving back, because Michigan was a tangent. Anyway, if you're one of my piano families watching this, I don't think it would happen anytime soon. We're talking far in the future. And if it did happen, you know, I hope you would all still be in my life. I hope all of you, you know what I mean. Mine is singular, yours is plural. Anyway, I love my life. I'm grateful for all the students that I teach. I'm grateful for all of you who watch these videos. I'm grateful for anyone who gets anything out of following my crazy journey. And now I'm going to go walk around with a musician I admire, and we're going to go to one of my favorite parks, Prospect Park, and probably talk about the industry and talk about touring and talk about making music, writer's block, pretty much probably anything. And I'm probably going to feel very alive, and it's going to remind me, well, no, because there's people I connect with out in Grand Rapids and, you know, the Lake Shore too. So you just can't be everywhere, okay? If you love multiple places, you know, it's the beginning of a very painful sort of lifelong broken heart, perhaps. A lifelong broken heart that helps you realize that humanity is about making choices, and you have to choose a place. You have to choose a people. You can, you know, try to be everywhere and do everything, but it just doesn't work. You won't be able to. And everything you'll do a little bit less by not choosing. And so the one topic that I've chosen on that has meant a lot to me to just make such a strong choice is that I have a really great partner. And so that's a grounding feeling to make a choice, and I'm very lucky in that. But, you know, it doesn't have to be about a partner. You can make a choice on a city. You can just say, this is where I'm going to settle and grow roots. You can say it with a job. This is where I am going to settle and grow